So the main component of this lesson is the order of operations. So to keep those straight, we use PEMDAS. PEMDAS is a mnemonic device that tells us the order. P stands for parentheses, E stands for exponents, but for this lesson, we don't really need to worry about that. M stands for multiplication, D stands for division, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. We do multiplication and division left to right, so whichever comes first, we do. We also do it and subtraction left to right, so whichever comes first, we do. So in order to demonstrate PEMDAS, we're going to do example 8. So in example 8, 3 times 4 is in parentheses, and 6 divided by 3 is in parentheses. So the answer to 3 times 4 is 12, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. According to PEMDAS, our next step is to do multiplication. So 2 times 12 is 24, and 2 times 2 is 4. Our next step is division. So 24 divided by 6 is 4, and 4 divided by 2 is 2.
For the next example that demonstrates PEMDAS, we will be doing number 13. So for number 13, the first step we take is to handle whatever's in the brackets. And as you can see in the problem, within the brackets, we have a parentheses. So we solve that parentheses first. So if you solve that parentheses, 18 minus 13 is 5. And then the next thing you would do is handle the multiplication. So that's the 4 times 2. So if you do 4 times 2, that is 8. So right now we're left with, inside the brackets, we're left with 2 times 5 in parentheses and then minus 8. So the next step is to continue solving what's inside the brackets. So since in PEMDAS we solve multiplication next, we would do 2 times 5, which is 10. And we would subtract that, which would be the next step. So 10 minus 8 is 2. And the last step would be to do 11 times 2, which is 22. So the last problem, number 16, is at a garage sale, Doug earns $2 for each book he sells, and Linda earns $3 for each CD she sells. Doug sells 15 books, and Linda sells 12 CDs. They share the total earnings equally. What is each person's share of the earnings? So it's important to notice that Doug earns $2 for each book, and Linda earns $3 for each CD. So if we try to write an equation for this, it would be 2b for what Doug earns, and then plus 3c for what Linda earns. So C stands for the CDs and B stands for the books. So Doug sells 15 books, so we would do 2 times 15. And Linda sells 12 CDs, so we would do 3 times 12. And if you calculate what is 2 times 15, well, that is 30. And 3 times 12 is 36. So if you total that, you would come to a grand total of 66. However, the question is not asking what they earn totally. The question is asking if you split the total earnings equally, what would each person get of that earning? So then we do 66 divided by 2 because we're dividing between Linda and we're dividing between Doug. So if you do that, we come to $33 per person. I hope you guys found today's video helpful, and we will be continuing to post pre-algebra related videos on our website, so stay tuned.